Greetings to you this day. This is Michelle Strickland, and I'm coming to you today with the social skills. I'll be discussing active listening. When I do social skills, it's normally on a Tuesday. Whenever I do it, normally. I want to talk to you about a skill that often gets overlooked in our fast-paced world. Active listening. It's not just about hearing the words someone else is saying. It's about truly understanding their perspectives, feelings, and needs in both personal and professional relationships. Active listening is the cornerstone of effective communication and building meaningful connections. So why is active listening so important? Firstly, it fosters trust and empathy. When we listen attentively to someone, we show that their thoughts and feelings matter to us. This creates a sense of trust and understanding, strengthening the bonds between individuals. Secondly, active listening promotes better problem solving and conflict resolution. By fully understanding someone's perspectives, we can find common ground and work towards mutually beneficial solution or solutions. Finally, active listening enhances communication skills overall. When we practice active listening, we become better at expressing ourselves clearly and empathetically, which improves our relationships and collaborations. Now let's talk about how to practice active listening effectively. The key is to focus on the speaker without letting your mind wander or formulating your response while they speak. I'm going to give you a few strategies that can help you to do just that. Firstly, maintain eye contact and give verbal and nonverbal cues to show that you're engaged, such as nodding or leaning forward. Now let's talk about how to practice hang on a second. Sorry, I messed up. Secondly, avoid interrupting or interjecting with your own thoughts or experiences. Instead, give the speaker your full attention and let them express themselves fully before responding. Thirdly, ask open-ended questions to encourage the speaker to elaborate on their thoughts and feelings. This shows that you're interested in understanding them deeply. And I'm like that. When I'm in meetings and stuff like that, if it's a kind of a situation where it's open for us to be able to ask questions about what the topic, if I have a question and it's open for, questions, I ask my questions respectfully, If it's something I need to know and I want more information on it, or I find out, when is a good time for me to be able to discuss some of the things I might have some questions about. I'm very forward like that. Fourthly, paraphrase or summarize what the speaker has said to ensure that you've understood them correctly. This not only clarifies any misunderstandings, but also shows the speaker that you were actively listening to what they had to say. And finally, be patient and empathetic. Sometimes active listening means being present for someone even when it's difficult or uncomfortable. And I've had to be around people a lot in uncomfortable situations. I have to sit through it, I had to sit through stuff like that often, because that was part of my job, was find a solution to these people's problems. So it was uncomfortable, sometimes, because I had to ask personal questions, and I had to get an answer for it if I was going to move forward with whatever it was they were needing or requesting. So it could be uncomfortable sometimes, because some people didn't want to always answer the questions, they thought it was too intrusive. But let me go ahead on. Show empathy towards their their emotions and experiences, even if you don't necessarily agree with them. And I want to hear what people have to say if we disagree. If we're in a situation where we're having a discussion, I don't agree with somebody just because they're saying something. You know, if I don't agree with it, I don't tell them. I'll say I don't agree with it, or will just let them talk and just listen. In conclusion, active listening is a fundamental skill that can transform our relationships and communication. By truly listening to others without interrupting or formulating our response, we can build trust, empathy, and understanding. So let's commit to practicing active listening in our daily interactions and watch as our connections deepen and flourish. And I practice things like that just even in my own neighborhood. You know, I practice those techniques. I have dialogue with people, you know.